Look at that texture. I mean, come on now. Art school. A waste of time and money. I'm $15,000 in debt, 8 months out of school, and I still have not found a job amongst the artists. I barely learned anything throughout my years. I taught myself how to render before I even thought about going to art school. So basically, there is no bright side. Thank you for attending my TEDx talketh. With that, young student, you still want to get into the schools of the arts. Well, okay, fine. I'll tell you how I done did it and why I done it. Why I went to art school. Growing up, my father, rest in peace, always supported me and my brother in our endeavors. However, he encouraged my brother and I to get an unfulfilling degree in an unfulfilling field so we could easily get a job at a school, a field like medicine. Then we could go back to school and waste thousands upon thousands of shillings to pursue our dreams, which would never, ever, and I mean ever, come true. So that, you know, we wouldn't end up in this entanglement that I'm currently in. But I am an ambitious black woman and I cannot be stopped. I cannot be stopped. To make a short story short, I went to art school because I knew there were ways I could finesse an art career. Instead of majoring in the ever so classical field of painting, where one would most likely have to freelance after college, starving and wasting away, struggling to find clients, I majored in design. I did this because I knew that it would be easier to find a job in web design, graphic design, UX design than it would be for me to do what I actually love to do art-wise, which is illustrating. So there you have it, kids. Chase your dreams, even if you end up in debt and broke and jobless like me. How I got my black butt in art school in the first place. I did 2 years at a community college, finessed the government for their coins, stayed out of debt. I actually made like over $1,000 back per semester because they gave me so much aid. Should have saved that, now that I think about it. But we digress. And then I went and wasted all my time and money at a 4-year. At my school, you didn't have to submit a portfolio unless you were doing the Bachelor of Fine Arts, which meant you could get a basic broad Bachelor of Arts in studio art without submitting the portfolio. But I wanted that ever so coveted Bachelor's of Fine Arts in design. So what did I do? I submitted a portfolio. And then I was initiated into the dark world, into the cult that is art school. The portfolio had to contain a certain amount of work from the basic, broad, required foundational classes, which might I add, well, I was obviously above. And then you could add some of your personal pieces. I actually got rejected the first time I applied because I put the wrong type of pieces in there. Haters. I'm gonna say that I did not go to a bougie, rich kid designated art school. My school was a state school, a state university, but they had a really good, renowned, a well-known art program in my state. So the process was a little bit different than if you went to an actual bougie art school like Mass Art. If I could speak to my father right now, I'd say, Pop, you were right, but you were also wrong. Let me tell you how. Here's why it's hard to get a job with an art degree. For me personally, at least. It's the same reason why your cousin Charlie can't get a job straight out of law school. Because they want experience. Simple as that. Should you, young padawan, go to art school? Now I will explain some of the benefits. Numero uno. Networking with les royal art snobs. So before art school, I didn't have any friends who did art like seriously like I did art. But now I have a tiny group of connections to fellow art nerds. We critique each other's work knowledgeably. Yeah. Stop asking your mother if she likes your art. Of course she's gonna say yes. That was my mom. Of course she's gonna say, yes, baby. It could rival Monet. Don't ask me why your mom knows who Monet is. She's gonna say, yes, baby. It could rival Monet. And then she's not gonna give you any feedback to help you constructively criticize and build your freaking art skill crafts. We bounce ideas off of each other's backs. We steal each other's work. is great. Numero deux. Learning ungodly concepts. For me, I already knew how to draw and I had all the technical skills of art pretty much already, but I did learn new concepts such as composition. As you can tell, all of my drawings don't have backgrounds. So when I went to art school, I learned about composition. I could draw your Uncle Sally all day long, but I couldn't create a work of art that made the racists mad. My degree was very concept based, and that was new to me. I was used to creating solely representational work with absolutely no meaning. Portraits specifically, and they all look the same. Both of these things, composition and concept work, remain skills that I still need to develop. Next time on Survivor. Numero trois. Expanding thy horizons. It was required for us to take a tragic amount of art history classes, but luckily for them, I love art history. I learned about artists and art styles that I had never heard of before, which gave me inspiration for my own work. Learning in general is something that I love. So I wouldn't say that going to art school was a complete waste. I believe that one day all the blacks and whites will come together. I believe that one day, in a time far, far away, that someone will hire me. I say, amen. All of you hiring managers that say you like my portfolio but you need someone with experience, I should probably just lie on my resume, huh? In conclusion, art school is not something that's necessary to go through if you want to have a career in art. I see tons of people making careers of their art online without any type of degree. But if any of the shenanigans mentioned beforehand is something you would really like to get into,